Ladies and gentlemen, in the Bros We Trust Elite Brothers group, we tried to go by realty, but what happened? We didn't.
It's illegal.
It is very illegal.
We're not. We gotta start our own brokerage. Do that, right?
I think so.
Maybe 2020. Oh wait,
2026.
Camera already.
Looking at the camera already. Broke the rule.
Looking at my camera.
That's fine. Am I in your shot?
Yeah, a little bit,
All
just
right,
in case.
bet.
You know,
I'm in
see
Nico's.
if I can kind of get you a little bit. Dope.
No one's in mine.
What we talking about? Listings. How to get them.
How many
do
listings
want?
do you guys have right now?
I have 6.
6 listings.
I think I have 4.
3 I've had for a while though.
Yeah.
They've just been
I have 2, both splits with these fools.
Mm-hmm. Actually, one that's been sitting actually just went under contract last week.
Hey.
Did that guy say yes to the offer?
No, I don't know yet.
Nah, damn.
Yeah. He wants us to cut our commission. That's another thing, man. They always want you to cut your commission, dog. But it's like, if you want the goods. I'm thinking about moments. Thinking about clips.
Yeah. Don't cut the commission. Don't cut your commission. Don't do it.
Yeah.
No,
Try your best
we work
not to.
hard, right? We work
Yeah.
hard to get the listing. We work hard to get the leads first, and then get the listing, and then all the work we put into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's a
It's
good.
lot
What do
of
you
work.
guys? What do you guys say when like you don't want to cut your commission, right? But it might be a deciding factor between you keeping the listing and losing it. Like what's like the talk track?
So I think if it's really a deciding factor, you're going to lose a listing over commission, then work with your client. But I also think most people think it's a deciding factor before it's a deciding factor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I think a lot
sometimes
of-
they'll jump the gun. I used to do that a lot for sure.
I think a lot of agents cut their commission before they should, before they need to. Like, what we do is difficult. We're taking on a ton of responsibility. We're helping them navigate the hardest financial decision they'll probably ever make. And so we should be compensated for it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everyone get your real estate license and do your own transactions. But it's not as easy as some people make our profession out to be, especially if you're a good agent and you can really fight for your clients and like get them more money for their home. We deserve a commission. So I think most people just cut their commission before they actually have to, because they don't want to have the hard conversation or they're not good at closing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is like, and I mean, because we've worked with several different commissions, like in terms of percentages, like we sometimes it changes over the course of whatever. But what is like, what's like a commission that you feel you're worth?
10% for me. I feel like I'm worth 10%. I'll give him 6.
Well, on our side, I think the 3.5% commission is fair. You know what I mean? The full commission, 3.5. If we can get the full 100%, that'd be great. But of course, there's splits, and you got to pay your
Brokerage, or whatever
and
you
all
get,
that
you know,
stuff.
every splits are different, but
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'm still trying to figure out what my worth is too. You know what I mean? In this game, because I feel like I've learned a lot over the last few months, and
because how long have you had your license?
I've only had my license for, this is my 4th month, but I've
And
had
how many closings have you had?
8 transactions so far. Yeah.
Do you know the average realtor will probably get like
1.
3 or 4? 3,
Right.
2
It's like, I think it's like 3 to 4 your first year.
Yeah.
first year.
First
You
12
already
months.
had that
Crazy.
many? That's
Yeah.
insane. You got it in 4 months in a slow market, which is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's something you should be proud of.
And I guess that's what I'm just like kind of not struggling with, but just what I think on a regular basis is like, am I being fair? And it's not so much like, is the situation fair? It's like, do I trust myself to know that this is my worth and I'm going to work up to that worth? Do you know what I mean? Because like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like a big softy at heart when I hear people's like, reasons of why they're selling or whatever. Like just the other day, right? We had a couple who's getting a divorce. You know what I mean? This is the one that I have with Sal, and I don't know. Immediately, I didn't want to like drop commission or anything like that. But it's always kind of like you just feel so bad.
Yeah.
But then I'm like,
Yeah.
but then I think to myself, man, I got a family too. I'm trying to start. I got my wife to think about. I got people to take care of. So I'm like, it's either I come up to that worth that I think I'm, whatever it is, whatever we decide that commission is at that point, right? Or, do I help out the clients a little bit more and cut commission? I think it changes over time, but, I just never want to, like you said, jump the gun.
Yeah, don't cut yourself short before you have to.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I did the worst thing possible. I cut my commission by 0% once because I felt so bad. Damn. It was learning. I was brand new, learning experience. It was my client. He sold his house like probably $60,000 over asking price. Oh, nice. Gave him 4 months free post possession. Gave him everything he wanted, and then before we closed, he lost his job and where he was supposed to move, and he was going to be homeless. And so he just gave me this whole thing. We talked to the brokerage, and the brokerage was like, "Yep, cut the commission, help him out." Give him the money so he could like try to find a new spot or whatever it was. And he talked to me, talked to the brokerage, and it seemed like legit, seemed like it was fair. The brokerage was like, "Yep, that sounds good. Let's just do it. Call it even and help him." And then afterwards, after we closed, I tried to contact him, tried to call him, and he just started ghosting us. So, and this guy called me on the phone probably like 3 or 4 times a day. He's probably in his mid-50s. Bawling, crying his eyes out, crying like literally over the phone. And he got me. He got me. Yeah. And then after we closed, he was like happy and didn't talk to me, and it was just felt so snaky, and I just felt like I got played big time. Dang. And it was horrible. So I don't know. I'm not saying to have no empathy, but I'm just saying just be careful because there's people out there who are just bad people. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think it all comes down to what you feel like your value is too. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like what I'm doing is providing a genuinely helpful service to people. So I have zero issue charging people for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
zero issue.
Yeah. You have to a lot of people don't know what to even the first step in selling a house or buying a house with
Well, that's what I mean. It's a difficult situation. Yeah, no, it's so tough. It's a tough thing to navigate and to know escrow and title and managing everything and documents.
Benza reports and
you know what I mean?
Right? All that.
There's so many so many things that you could get stuck in if you don't know what you're doing. And so we're really helping people navigate the biggest financial decision they'll ever make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're managing that for them.
Do you guys remember what your hardest sell was?
Oh yeah, my hardest sells are always the $150,000 condo. Those are the hardest for some reason.
Why is that?
I don't want to say. I don't want to say why the 200 and below houses are the hardest. I don't. You guys kind of get it.
I guess it depends on what area too, right?
Yeah. I think I have a hard time with the nickel and dime clients. I mean, I get everything's, has value, but sometimes a lot of clients forget to look at the bigger picture of things. And sometimes they don't really care about the negotiation. They don't care about the price. They just want to win. They want to win the deal, right? So I'm like, okay, let's lose this battle, but let's win the war kind of thing. And that's, I guess, our job as agents to really get them to see the bigger picture of let's lose this little battle in the inspection, but when it comes to the close date and the purchase price, let's win that. Let's win the war kind of thing, So
I have the hardest time with my sellers who feel they know it all or know more than we do, and I'm and I'm not trying to be I know more than you, but I do this every day. I do this every day for the past year and a half, almost 2 years. This is all that we do. And you have these sellers who say things like, "Oh, I've sold 5 houses in a span time of how long? I sold 5 houses this month." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those clients, I'm not saying a specific sales. I've had a lot of hard sales, a lot of easy ones, but those specific type of clients are always the hardest to work with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, I feel that.
Well, there's a lot of bad apples everywhere, right? And there's a lot of good apples. I love most of my clients, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a. Oh, sorry.
No,
go ahead. No, I
I was thinking.
Broke the rule. We're live. Oh, Matthew Sold is on. Let's go.
Hey, what's
Sorry,
up, dude?
We're doing a podcast, Matt.
Welcome to the In the Bros We Trust Elite Brothers. I already did that introduction. But.
No, I was gonna say like one of the my recent like hardest deal. It was the clients are great. It was the situation that was like really tough, and I hadn't dealt with it before. It was like I had this well situation where there was a well on the property, but it also wasn't the sellers like exclusively. They didn't own it exclusively. They shared it with another like neighbor. So getting that together where like they had to get permission to get on the neighbor's property to talk about the well and to get like permission to test it and all that kind of stuff. And then when they were testing it, it kept coming back positive for some kind of like nitrates and some kind of like other like bacterial things inside the well or whatever. So it kept failing. Right?
Is that one we did together?
Yeah. It kept failing, and so we couldn't push the deal through until it passed, which was tough, and we like almost fell out of contract. And that one, I think right there situationally was like a good like learning one for me, that like, okay, when it comes to like properties that have a well on it that share any kind of water, like you have to know first of all what the buyer's lending situation is, because that's what ultimately that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. This stuff's not easy. You know what I mean? And people are like, oh yeah, I could do it. I can sell my house myself. Good luck. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. I was like, and then in the last 4 months, I've gone through a probate, which is like basically there's no will, so the people selling don't really technically own it until it goes through probate, and then the well situation. And then we had somebody who was in the hospital that was also pushing.
She couldn't sign, so we couldn't.
Oh yeah, I had a client like that too. Like he disappeared, and we thought he like got kidnapped or something. Not joking. And he was in the hospital for like 2 weeks, and we were about to close, and he couldn't sign. It was wild. Yeah. He called me like alive, and I was like, I was like, oh my God, where have you been? He's like, I was in the hospital. I was like, I'm just happy you're okay. Did you sign it?
Did you sign it? That's for real. That's what I'm talking about. That's what kills me. Sorry.
The wife couldn't sign. She physically couldn't sign. No. She was sick, right?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let her sign.
Right.
And George had to make the call like every day because title kept asking.
I know.
The buyers kept asking, and George had to be like,
sometimes you feel like that sleazy movie producer.
That's the thing.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I think like, how I approach it.
I know your knees hurt, but you got to keep going, buddy.
How I approached it though, I made sure that I cared about his situation first, you know, which I genuinely did.
It helps when they're
Say
really
hi to
cool people.
What's up,
What's up?
What's up, dude? Hitting a podcast.
Ooh, showing requested.
I got showing request. What'd you say? Right. You did what?
What was I saying? So I was saying but we did care about those. Good thing, like we cared about those clients. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it was tough to be like, hey, is your wife awake yet? Is she able to sign yet?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you feel sleazy, but you show that you care, and you show.
It's all about having good intentions and really caring about the person first, and that's why this job is awesome in that way, where we get to like really help people. Yeah. I want to transition to a topic for you guys.
What?
Do you guys want to tell the people what this room is? Where are we? Because like this room looks really cool. So it looks like you can't really tell.
We're still missing a sign right here.
Yeah.
Our Elite Brothers.
Elite Brothers.
So this is our botanical garden. This is where all the flowers.
Show them our swords.
Oh yeah, look at our swords.
So dumb.
Random ass swords.
It
means brotherhood.
This is our little office podcast room that we're going to be working out of. This is actually in our dance studio. Yep. This is one room in our big dance center. Yeah. And we decided to take over this room and kind of make it the legit Elite Brothers office.
Yeah, it's coming together really, really well. We painted it. We got these little wood things and put them up. Floorboard.
Right.
Got a little garden up there.
We got this plant. Got it at TJ Maxx.
Coming together.
It was nice.
Humble beginnings, slowly but surely. This is our first office / podcast room, so we're
Just the
excited.
beginning.
Heck
We're super excited.
Yeah. No, I know for me, for a long time, I've been working on trying to have one central place where I work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We did it, dude.
I know, right?
We made it.
It's awesome, man. Because I mean, obviously, as like listing agents, we travel out to different properties, whatever, which is normal. That's fine. But always having some central place where we come and like focusing on our work. We can do our podcast here. People can come and visit us here if they want to. Our dance studios here, you know what I mean? Just everything in one place, I think. Because I know for the last several months, too, what I've been really striving for is a consistent schedule, which I feel like is difficult for what we do.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Add a couple kids in there.
Right, yeah.
It's easier to have a consistent schedule when you don't have any leads coming in. Huh?
Yeah, for real.
Simple.
Yeah.
Very simple.
We just gotta. It's just come to work, and our whole purpose, our whole goal is to get more leads. Right?
Yeah.
More listings.
More than
Yeah.
We shouldn't call them leads anymore. We should
Clients.
call them
Clients, potential
future clients.
Future clients.
future clients.
We should even call
Speak
them
it.
before better than that. What's a better word for a person? Like
A person.
future relationship.
Some humans.
Future. I don't know. We'll think about it. Future lovers. Think about
Do you
it.
guys have any advice for like new? Since we're all fairly new, we've only been doing it.
And we just started a team, so
Yeah, I know that's
was that a dumb
crazy.
decision?
Well,
Maybe.
it's
Could have.
kinda-
It could be.
But we're not your typical team. We're not, one
Yeah.
team lead who's paying for people's leads and bringing a bunch of new. We're all friends.
Well,
first.
history
just
lesson.
kind of-
We all went to high school together for the most part. We started a dance crew. If you guys are not aware of our story, we were on America's Best Dance Crew, right? And then we won America's Best Dance Crew season 7. Traveled the world dancing, teaching, choreographing.
Choreographing.
Why was that so hard to say? And coffee. Yeah, we did that for a living, right? We couldn't say it. And then we opened up a dance studio, and this is a dance studio, one of the rooms in the studio. Got into real estate. The studio pretty much runs itself with a lot of help with
the wives.
great staff and teachers, and our wives run it. And so got into real estate. Joined a team, learned a lot from that team, but I think we already knew from the beginning we wanted to start our own thing and work with just us again, and kind of did that. And it's been a couple of weeks now. We got an office. Step 1, step 2, get some future clients, and just start really establishing our name and our Elite Brothers, and we want to have the same force that we had in dance. Now we want to do it in real estate and
create
an empire.
Create that culture that we created with electro, and now starting here and creating it with Elite Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, your wife is on the live.
Emily!
Side boop.
So
Emilicia.
Emily.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
So what do you think this transition is going to be like for you guys mentally, and how you guys dealing with all this new transition so far?
New transition as far as doing our own thing.
Yeah, like is it scary for you? Do you have anxiety? Are you nervous?
I think the cool thing about this industry and this field is that you have to be on the ball all the time in order to make any money. I really like that. I like that you I don't know. I like that you get out of it what you pour into it. And so for me, no, everything's pretty much the same as it was since we started. I feel like we've learned a lot, and we still have the same mentors and access to information, and we're going to keep growing and learning. Now we just get to do it and create a culture that we all actually want to be a part of too.
You trust yourself to be comfortable and or more than comfortable, hopefully.
Yeah. I think what I've learned over the past 8 months since I started real estate is just that I've always been so afraid of failing and not succeeding. And so I think I've chosen things to do and like relied on other people in order to mask or not allow myself to fail. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I've always paired with people or done things so that way if I failed, it wasn't all my fault. Taking a step into real estate, it was like, hey, you either do this or you don't. Like, you're not, you know what I mean? No one else, like, it's not dependent on anybody else.
Yeah.
And when I took a step into that and then like had a ton of success, I was like, okay, sweet, I can do this. Like, you know what I mean? I trusted myself to do what I need to do, wake up every day, get the things done. And so now I'm just excited to do that at a higher level.
It's about having confidence in yourself
sure.
and in our together as a team, right? The four of us, like, plus we have other guys on the team now that, you know, Jared and Mike, and Alex, right? But the four of us having confidence that we've done something great before in the past and we've done great things together as a team. And this is not going to be anything different. And I think it was super easy to have that confidence when we were like, all right, this is easy. This is going to be great. We got it. We can do it.
And like I said, we're not just a regular team with one team lead. We're like working together. Yeah. So we're all kind of collaborating.
Yep.
And we're kind of just helping each other out. We all have our, set assigned. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I think when on the previous team it was great, but it was getting kind of I was getting comfortable. It was getting kind of like not easy, but you get a lead, you go on the appointment, and then you work, and then you get it, and then you just keeps going and going and going. It's kind of like I was sitting there, and I was just getting fed the whole time. Yeah. Jared's walking in. What's up, Jared?
Hey,
Jared. It's the Jer Bear.
There's a camera right there. Say hi.
You can walk by.
You can walk by.
Just walk through there.
Yeah, walk through there.
But I felt like I was sitting there and someone was just spoon feeding me, and I was just sitting there and getting spoon fed, and which was great for a while because I needed that. I needed to learn, right? We're like babies in this industry, but after a while, I felt like I wanted to challenge myself, and I wanted to grab the spoon myself. I wanted to learn how to walk myself, and that's just the way that I'm wired. That I needed a new challenge, and this is a great challenge. And plus, we get to work for ourselves now. But having the anxiety and having that fearfulness and having all those doubts in my mind made me know for a fact that I needed to go on my own or needed to do this with you guys as a team. Because once I feel that way, I feel like I'm being called to do it. Because I feel like if I don't pursue or go 100% in, that I'm listening to my fear, listening to my faith, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So it's like I got to do it, because if I don't do it, I'll probably regret it or feel like I can't go to sleep at night because it's only me in my head, right? And thinking so that's just it. Just gives me like 100% no doubt that this is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah. I think what I'm most excited about with us and this team is just that we get to create the culture for our team and for like the people we're taking care of to our clients. Like, I think that's what I'm mostly. What is it still recording?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think that's what I'm most excited for, because I think like we've created such a raving fan atmosphere at Electro because people love us. Like, we genuinely care about people. Is his working?
No,
this is off.
Keep going. Sorry.
I know mine just lost too.
I have an idea.
I'm out.
This is a really good idea.
What?
And it's gonna sound weird, but only hit record when you're talking.
Yeah,
that's what I started doing. So you don't have an hour-long video.
For sure. I need to
you
take
gotta
this
chop
off.
them all together.
You're gonna do clips, right?
Yeah, you can just do it on your own.
Yeah.
No, dude, mine's like done.
No, the phone's just for us, right? Look, we're literally trying to figure this out as we go, right? Podcast number 1. Jared just walked in. What's up, dude?
What's up, Jared?
So can we talk about how Jared drugged me yesterday? He gave me a nicotine packet. No,
drinking and smoking in the office.
He had a what are those things?
Zen pouches.
Zen pouch. I never heard of it. I saw it.
He didn't feel very zen.
I saw it and I was like, "Hey, what is that?" He's like, "Whatever, Zen patch, blah blah blah." I was like, "Let me try it."
It sounds.
He's like, "Are you sure you want to try it?" I was
Zenny. It sounds like
Yeah, so I was like, "I'll try it. I'll try the Zen patch," and I put it in my mouth, and I felt fine. And I went to go drive with him while I was driving. I felt drunk. I got all nauseous. I started sweating, and then I was like, I gotta throw up. And I freaking pulled over and blew chunks everywhere. Oh, dude, it was horrible. And when I was getting my tattoo, the tattoo guy was like, "Hey, man, are you all right? Are you hot in here? Should I put the air down?" I was like, "No, I'm okay." I went to his bathroom. I was like, "Can I use the restroom?" He's like, "Yeah, go ahead." Went in there, blue chunks all in there.
What?
And then I put the fan on so he couldn't hear me throw up. And then I was like, "Hey, can I get some water?" He's like, "Yeah." And then the whole time I'm getting the tattoo, I was like, "Please don't faint. Please don't pass out." But then the first 2 minutes of that Zen pack, when it first hit, I was like, "This is amazing. I love this bud."
What?
Everything after that was horrible.
He goes, dude, I'm drunk.
Time out. My favorite part was that you turned on the fan to hide your throwing up. Time out. Could you make just a fan noise? What does a bathroom fan noise sound like?
You would have to turn
I'm pretty sure he could hear you blowing chunks.
What is a Zen pack?
You should try
It's
it.
just straight
You should
nicotine,
try
right?
it. It's like a blow chunks.
To try to stop with vapes and stuff like that.
It's like for someone trying to
wait,
quit
why did you
vaping.
take it? What are you trying to quit?
I know Kyle saw me take it too. I was probably just trying to get some giggles, dude. I was like,
I offered it to Kyle too. Thank God he said
I was like,
dude,
nah.
I think, here's the thing. I think I would have been fine if I didn't try to drive and I just ate right before I put it in.
Let's all try it right now. Yeah,
Let's try it on camera.
Come on, man.
He asked me too. He's like, I'm not gonna throw up, right? I was like, no.
No, yeah. So I
20 minutes later.
I told Jenna, my wife, later. I was like, I took a pack and there freaking blue chunks everywhere. It was like the best 2 minutes of my life, and then after that, it was horrible. She's like, why did you do that? She's like, if you would have told me, I would have told you not to do it. I was like, that's why I didn't tell you. I wanted to try it.
That's what I didn't tell you.
Wait, has she done that? She knows what that is?
I don't know. Yeah, she probably has, bro. I don't know. She's done everything.
No, I do not recommend it though.
Yeah.
Do not,
So it doesn't
to
make
help
you.
you quit.
unless you're getting off. Yeah, if you're
Smoking.
quitting, definitely.
It doesn't make you nauseous or anything.
Me personally, no.
It's probably an acquired taste. Am I right?
But it did. It was like minty. It was nice. I'm telling you. I think
was
if I did
nice.
it again, I wouldn't be nauseous
just
or throw
rip
up.
it in half and just do half of it.
Or put to it.
Or put
Oh,
to
yeah,
it.
there you
Or
go.
put the
Yeah,
whole
let's
pack
go.
in.
Yeah.
It's called Zen
They
Pack.
probably cancel each other out.
Does it cause
in
the
there.
nicotine? I'm so ignorant when it comes to this stuff. But does nicotine cause cancer in your lip? Am I gonna have no jaw if I keep doing it?
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably. Like Chi-Chi?
How many times are you planning on
My dog.
No, never again, never again. But yeah, it was a little.
Every
it
time
was
you
wild.
podcast, you're gonna have to put the mic right here.
We should do mushrooms and then.
Oh, there we
and then
go.
do this podcast.
There we go. Love.
No.
Portobello. You know,
Portobello.
what other kind of mushrooms?
Portobello.
Mushroom burger. Love a good.
Oh,
Yes,
we're
indeed.
not talking about pizza? Sorry. Oh.
Are mushrooms legal in Arizona?
I don't
No.
I don't. Soon.
Soon?
What does that mean?
Soon.
Give it a goog.
Sooner rather than later. It's
Really?
illegal here. Yeah.
Interesting.
I have a family member that works in the industry that has some ins.
Oh.
That was telling me about it.
What's
Let's
your
go.
phone number? I got a pen.
I got a pen.
Talk after.
Man. Oh, I was gonna talk about my transition into
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's
yeah,
fine.
Yeah, how's it been?
It's been really scary. I think that for me, going into, I definitely love the real estate industry for the person that it's making me. I feel like I'm becoming a smarter person, and not just smart. Yeah, not just smarter in terms of just day-to-day stuff, but things that because I think the issue with me is I have these big dreams, but I don't know how to obtain them often.
Yeah.
So the only way you obtain what you really see in your head is by, and I think I heard, who was saying this? Maybe it was Grant Cardone or someone else, but he was saying you got to learn a new skill every 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? So this is the first time in my life that I've actually learned another skill in the same year. You know what I mean?
It's like learning a whole new language.
Yeah, because I went to school. I didn't get a 4-year degree or anything. I just have a associate's degree. But that took obviously it takes a couple years. And then obviously I've learned dance And then I learned multiple styles within dance to become more marketable as well. But still, that was over a course of like a long time, like 10, 15 years. This is the first time I've actually done, I think, 2 different things in 1 year. So probably it's been more like learning a new skill every 6 months at this point, where I would love to start figuring out how to learn a new skill every 3 months, like going into luxury or something like that. But the reason why I say that is because the transition, like right now in this market and like how it's kind of slow, it's like I'm realizing the less the less skill sets you have, the more likely you're not going to make as much money. You know what I'm saying? And so it sucks because I think in my transition, I feel like I learned that not too late, but too late this year. And so now I'm not like yielding as much money as quickly as I would like with the market slowing down. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a bit of a scary like situation in terms of like how I transitioned into real estate. But, I'm hoping that as, quarter one comes around and, whatever else, it, starts to increase a little bit more.
What's going to be the new skill?
New skill is luxury. I really want to like break into that because I feel like it makes no sense to just get into something because kind of like what you were saying, it's like you get into something and then you just do that for the rest of your life. I'm just not that kind of person. Do you know what I mean? It's like you say, I feel like I'm missing out on something even more. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yep. And if I can't reach my full potential because I'm just like in this like safe zone all the time where I'm comfortable, then I'm gonna miss out on, I don't know, just off the top of my head, maybe one day I want to save, for a college fund for my kids, but if I don't have certain skills, maybe I can't do that as quick. Or maybe I want to, God bless my wife. My wife, when we got married, her grandma gave me her ring from when she was married, gave me to give to my wife, which I love and I'm grateful for that. But I mean, I'd love to one day be like, hey, I bought you your own ring. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Something that was from our time together. You know what I mean? So I say all this because they're just examples of what I think can become from the skill sets that you learn. But if you don't learn these skill sets every 3 months or have a vision of something, then you can, I don't know, just kiss those dreams goodbye in a sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just how I feel sometimes. I'm a mind.
Did you record that?
Huh? Yeah, I was recording.
My phone's dead. It's full. It's full.
Oh, that's
before this, I went through my phone and like deleted 400 pictures and videos.
Jeez.
I have space. Cool.
Oh, thanks, dude.
That's awesome, man.
That is. Nika, what made you step into real estate?
You were the first one.
Step into real estate.
You
Yeah.
was the first one to step in out of all of us. I joined a month later.
Stepped into real estate because the number one thing, like the reason why I wanted to start my own team was a challenge. It was COVID, right? And COVID, Electro was shut down. The studio was kind of, like the whole world was shut down. So I was like, what's something that I could do in the future to provide, money for my family? I was having another kid. We already had Raiden and we're about to have Kobe. So I just remember honestly looking at my bank account and I was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I want to provide a life for my daughter, my wife, I need to do something different. Yeah. Not that Electro wasn't, doing great, but it was, for our standards at least, we just wanted a little bit more for us. So, for the dreams that we have and goals that we have. Yeah.
And I felt it what it is too. I mean, between all of us, there's technically 8 owners.
8 owners.
And to support 8 owners.
I think Electro, I think Electro's more for me about love and passion, and it's great, and providing a home for a lot of dancers and providing a community for them. And that's why I still love being here. I still love working at the studio because I see the kids and I see the students and I see the teachers, and I still think this place is amazing. And that's why I love that it runs itself. But when it came to, doing something to provide money faster, I would say.
Yeah.
Like Drake said, what did he say? He said, I switched up from acting to singing because
Yeah.
I needed something quicker. It's kind of the same. Like I wanted to do something a little faster. Not that I needed it right now, but I just remember like, me and Jenna were back in the day. We were crying because we had no money.
Yeah.
And we were like, we got to do something. Like if we want kids, like if we want to get married, do all this stuff, like we got to do something. So I felt like this is me doing something. And I felt like it was a great challenge. It was going to be hard. I knew that. And I knew if I didn't stop, if I didn't quit, like trying to get my license, trying to get my, pass the test and all that, I would be okay. Mm-hmm. Because Electro taught me that being consistent is key. It's not about being the best. We weren't the best dancers. We weren't the best individual dancers, but we stayed consistent and we were technically the best at one point. Mm-hmm. And even the studio, right? And I felt like with real estate, it's the same way. As long as I don't stop, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and biggest thing is a challenge. I didn't expect all you guys to join, which was even made it better because when I decided to do it, I felt like I was gonna go by myself in the dark, and I was ready to accept that challenge. But there was times along the way where each one of you guys joined, I wanted to quit. And when you guys joined, I was like, all right, it gave me more motivation because it was hard. I didn't know what I was doing. And then when Kyle joined, right before he joined, I was like, I want to quit. And then he gave me more motivation. Yeah. And then same thing with George. So I was like, and then Jared too, like it just, I'm so juiced and amped up and ready to go. And I think I never knew I was going, I never said I'm going to quit, but there's thoughts in my mind where like, this is too hard,
Yeah.
But when you have your brothers and a good team, good people behind you, it makes it a lot easier.
For sure.
Yeah, I like that this is always like a hub for anything I don't know. Like you guys know a lot. Even like I know you're saying that you hadn't been in it as long, but sometimes I'm like, it sounds like it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's one of the things I'm grateful for is that like I think that most of my success has always been with this group. You know what I mean? And so I feel like whenever we're together, we always do anything we want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we like you said, we won the TV show together. We started the studio together. We traveled the world together. Now we're running real estate together. So that's what gives me confidence that this is going to work is, this team. You know what I mean?
I think that's the importance of like having a team and like having friends that are more visionary, having friends that are more like in the weeds can get things done, like having friends / team that like balances each other out. Because I would have never stepped into real estate if you guys didn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know what I mean? Like it's completely changed my life. Mm-hmm. Like completely changed my life. And it's changed like, or it's helped open up the way I think about things, the way I think about the world, the way I think about like security and finances and peace and all those things, which has been really cool for me. Yeah. Really cool.
I love having us all here too, working together and just being around each other every day, which is cool because we were doing that with dance and now we get to do it in real estate together. And then we just keep each other accountable too, because there's days where I don't want to do anything, or there's days where I could be like easily just stay home with my wife and just, throw the TV on, throw some shows on and just like chill. But I'm like, nope, I got to do, my boys are in there, they're working, they're hustling. I got to be in there with them. I got to do the same thing. So that's like the biggest plus about having us working together is keeping each other accountable, which is probably the most important thing.
Yeah. And I know that I need you guys because I'll have like big dreams or whatever it is, and then like Kyle will come in and like connect all the dots and be like, hey, this is what we need, this is the system we need. And I was like, all right, perfect, let's do it. Like
he's
all of you
our
guys.
scheduler.
Right? I am the
so
scheduler.
it works so well. I have like very like big dreams for Elite Brothers, and what I think this could be is I think it could be really awesome. Yeah. I have like dreams and I see us like in a big office and I see us people working and it's like culture's great. I'm just like super excited for
Some
it.
of us making TikToks.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, follow our Instagram. Elite Brothers Group, not Realty.
And not goop.
Not Goop either. I bought that domain, Electro Brothers Goop.
So if we ever need it.
Or Elite Brothers, sorry, not Electro Brothers.
Elite Brothers.
That's wild.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited. I'm hyped. I think we got some good going here.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So I literally almost a year ago, I don't know if Jared knows this, just about a year ago, because it was on your birthday weekend last year, I had a vision. And like it's wild, but I had this vision. We were at your birthday at your little house, that little condo that you were in or whatever, that townhouse, and people were around, and I like literally like got sucked out of the room and had this vision of us years later. We were in like a multi-million-dollar home. Different people were kind of around, but it was all of us still the same. And then like, but the overwhelming feeling I got was that we had more money, but we weren't as happy. Like, and I remember literally I got sucked back into the room, and I like looked around and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to tell these guys. So I literally grabbed you guys right away. I was like, hey, I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to make so much money. I thought it was going to be the studio, because at that point, real estate wasn't on my mind at all. I thought the studio was something was going to happen. I said, I don't know how it's going to happen. We're going to have so much more money, but like, we can't lose sight of what matters the most. You know what I mean? Like, we can't lose sight of like our friendships. Like that has to come first above all other things. And like, I'm going to keep saying that vision and keep reminding myself of that. So that way I never forget.
I think about that story all the time. I really do. And at Bash's yesterday, I took the girls for coffee and donuts, whatever. Yeah. And there was a group of like 6 old guys, like in their 80s, just drinking coffee, laughing, hanging out. I was like, dude, that's awesome, man. That's good.
That's it. That's what matters.
It really does. And I think, I think it's truly something special, and a lot of people don't necessarily have it.
I think this group gives me like an overwhelming sense of why, and it's taught me how to find my own whys too. And I tell this to our members too as well, because a lot of people, they walk through their doors and they know they want something, you know what I'm saying? But that's as far as it goes. You know what I mean? Because like everybody wants something, but what's the why part of it that's going to continue pushing towards that? You know what I mean? I think about like, even to the point where like, even when I'm working out or when I see your guys' kids and things like that, it's like, I don't have the luxury to just slack off. I don't. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's something that, and I got that from Conor McGregor too. It's like a super powerful thing where it's like, I wake up in the morning and I immediately think I see my wife in the bed next to me, and I'm like, I have to make this work for her. Number 1. Number 2 is my family. You know what I'm saying? Number 3 is the people that trust us, that come to this place, our clients that trust us. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have the luxury to just chill. You know, I don't have the luxury to fail. So that is my overwhelming sense of why that keeps me like pushing. And then this group, like, I feel like sometimes there's like even yesterday, like with Jenna, like she was trying to get the TV to work for the kids. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, for some reason, this overwhelming sense of like, I have to make this fucking TV work because my friend needs it. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? A little extreme. And sometimes, and that's sometimes. But that's how sometimes my mind goes straight to that sometimes, and that's not always like the healthiest way, but that's just sometimes how hard it is for me to get past that. Like, I can't let these people down. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like there's just no option for that. You know what I mean? If we want to succeed, if we want to have the the lives and the dreams that we talk about all the time, there's no way I can just let it just slip by. You know what I mean?
Right now, like, I am having a hard time balancing between I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, dreams, goals, focusing on the future, and sometimes forgetting about the present and thinking how like this is awesome. This is like, we're gonna look back at this little office and be like, man, this is great. Or I'm gonna look back and spending time with my 2-year-old and my 4-year-old now, like, man, this is great. The whole time I'm thinking about, well, I need to get more leads, I need more listings, I need more temp, blah 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 blah, and then I'm missing time with not playing with my kids, or you know what I'm saying. So you need to really find that balance, because I don't think it's mentally healthy to that true. Drive is great, but also being present,
Yeah.
you know,
And content
and
where you're at.
content.
Yeah.
And that balance is hard because everything that we're listening to and learning right now is go, 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 wake up, go, go, go. And I get it. I understand it. But at the same time, I'm like, well,
if you're not
I'm
enjoying,
so happy with my marriage. I'm so happy with my little kids right now. I'm happy with our little office right now. I'm not saying this is the end goal, be all, right?
Right.
I'm saying like I'm just content with this.
Yeah.
This is really like grateful, right?
Yeah.
And being grateful and having drive is a hard balance for me sometimes.
Yeah, I think you just have to have both. You have to have room for both, and you
Yeah.
have to like plug both in every single day.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's true. I think culture generally is all about like push, hard work, get it.
Make those calls, make those calls, make those
You know what I
calls.
mean? Which is helpful, and you have to have that.
Yes, I
like
agree.
you have to have that. But if you don't also have the list 10 things that you're grateful for every morning when you wake up, then that's when you get really unhealthy and really sick. Like you have to have both. So for me, I have both, and every day I reflect on what I'm grateful for and sit and am content. But then there's a time when I turn the switch on where I'm like, okay, I'm content where I'm at, but I also know where I'm going.
Yeah.
And I'm going to turn this on for a while. And then, but you can't leave that on all day. For me, I can't leave that on all day.
No, yeah.
If I leave that, I have before in the past, and I think there's seasons to just leave that switch on and just run as fast as you can. But typically for me, I turn that switch on for a little bit every day, and then I turn it off again at night, and I'm grateful and thankful and present with my family. So you have to have.
I listened to this podcast where this guy's a super famous realtor, super famous. I'm not going to say his name, but he had a podcast clip where it was like he told his 7 or 5-year-old daughter that, hey, for the next 5 years, Daddy's going to be gone. Daddy's going to be working to give you a better life in the future. Yeah. And I was like, okay, like, kind of don't agree, kind of agree. Like, I didn't know how to feel about it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And
you'll
he's
never
killing
get that
it now. He's doing really well. He's killing it. He's all everywhere. He's doing awesome. So, like, but was it worth it? You know, that's something that he needs to ask himself. But I don't know. It's a hard balance to have, especially in this industry.
Yeah. I think, again, it's just learning how to, like, turn on and turn off switches. Yeah. Like, that's what it is for
at
me,
the
at
store.
least.
Jenna was like, what was she saying?
On that side, it's studio.
Electro.
On this side, it's Elite Brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But maybe too, like, you know, with that being said, like, everybody, different things work for everybody. You know what I mean? And that's why it's hard to, like, give it a really good, like, judgment call, I guess, because it's like, what if, like, for him that 5 years was, like, vital, you know what I mean? But for you, that 5 years is vital. I can't miss this with my kids. You know what I mean? I don't know. Exactly.
Have you seen the clip with Bert Kreischer and his the other comedian? What's his name? Stefanano, Matt Stefanano, or something like that. Matt Stefanina. What's his name?
Chris
Stefanano.
He would do real well in real
Talking about
estate.
the clip where he's like crying and his daughter's missing time with his daughters, and he's watching his daughter grow up through FaceTime. If you have time, go watch that clip because it's insane.
Yeah. It is.
Jared, how are we doing with that camera? Can you check?
Oh yeah, is it even recording?
Oh yeah, I may have died.
No, you guys are good.
Hey.
All right.
It is going to die very momentarily.
Okay, yeah, I heard it died.
He's like
so
3,
we should probably wrap this
2,
up.
1.
How much percent does it have?
The percentage is battery with the lines.
Should we wrap this up?
Battery
Just wrap it
means
up.
it's gonna
Yeah, we
die
should probably
soon.
wrap it up.
Closing words.
Closing words. I'm grateful for this team. Grateful for this podcast. I think you guys helped me realize, because literally as you were showing off the room, I was like, oh man, like this is like such a crappy little room. Yeah. But there's that trend right now that's like, hey, the 10-year-old version of you would be blown away by your life right now. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I just have to remember too, is even like 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago, if we would have said like, we have like this business within this larger building that's also our business, that you get to work with your best friends every day, like I'd be insanely proud of this place.
That's so cool.
So like, yeah, I'm
That's
leaving
you know
today
what my
grateful.
favorite word today, or like this past like 2 weeks since we started this?
Is what?
It's so cool. This is so cool.
It is.
This is like the coolest thing in the world. Like,
It is
this is
really
so cool.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead, George. Your
No,
turn.
that's tight. I love it. Just looking at like kind of how you said, just looking at everything through like a childlike mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is, I think, super important. Something that, you know, this group and my family, my wife, you know, there's just always a reminder of that.
And
My
your
wife
girlfriend.
is really good at
My girlfriend.
And your girlfriend.
My wife.
my wife. I mean, my girlfriend. Sorry. But my wife is really good at keeping me present. Because, like you said, I could be very, like, go into things, you know. But it is important to stop. And even in the midst of, like, you know, trouble or something that you see that's, you know, can be potentially troublesome or whatever, you know, it's still important to stop and give it a pause and, you know, recognize what you have, you know what I mean, before, you know, life takes over and then you don't, and then it's not there anymore or you miss the moment, you know what I mean? So I'm grateful for that. Grateful for you guys, man. Grateful for real estate.
Yeah,
Shava?
I'm excited. I think the best memories I have when we started Electro was the journey.
The beginning,
right?
too.
The beginning.
The
Starting that whole process of like just becoming Electro. That was the journey. Is what I really
That
loved.
little room that we danced in.
Yeah.
With checkered
Started-
floor.
Yeah.
How funny full
We
circle
started-
things are, right?
You know what I mean? So
now
Kyle
again,
came in-
starting in a small room.
And
With
it
the checkered floor.
And those days were like exciting because you were like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna build? What are we like? Are we gonna make it? Are we? You know, we were trying to be on TV and doing all these things together. And
like-
we did it. The thing is, we did it together, and those are probably some of the best memories I had. And I'm excited that we get to do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Us four, and then adding some new guys and some new friends and
Jared Johnson.
and kind of getting to start all over and in a whole nother industry, and I'm actually like, I didn't know I was gonna like real estate this much. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so fun.
You know what I mean? It's fun.
It's a game.
It's even more fun doing it with you guys. So I'm excited that we're here and we're starting something. Again, I love starting something new.
Yeah. All right, my closing words? That was great.
Closing words.
That's good. One, this is the coolest thing ever. We're starting our own team. I think I keep saying it over. This is so cool. It's awesome that we're doing it again. It's like a part 2 of, you know, Electro Dance and now Elite Brothers. I want to say, if there's anyone out there, this is my closing words, and you have a dream, go do it. Be impulsive and just sign up for it. Yeah. Don't Google, hey, what is it going to take to do this? Because then you're going to have a list of 20 things and you're going to be like, oh, fuck, I don't want to do that. It's a lot of work. Yeah. No, figure it out along the way. Be impulsive and then have friends to help you connect the dots later. Yeah. Learn as you go and just do it. Yeah. Because if you see a long list, you're not going to do it. So just do it and be impulsive and do it right now and then figure it out along the way. And things will work out. They always do. Yeah. Even if they don't, they'll still work out, right? Yeah. Depending on your perception. But man, just
go for it.
Go for it.
And don't be afraid to fail.
And surround yourself with amazing people.
Yeah.
We out.
Boom.
Yeah, we need a button.